So I want to talk about this video right here. It is from James Boyd, and it is from the Indiana Fever, basically what they were doing in training camp. And there's genuinely a couple of moves here that I was like, okay, yes, I get it. I really, really get it. And I'm like, okay, these are the type of things we did not see Caitlin Clark do in her pro career. And we've seen it in preseason a little bit of times, and it is an active effort to do certain things. So you're looking here, starts off again. First of all, the vets in motion offense, fuck me, it looks bad. But so Caitlin Clark comes here, turns the corner, and that is like Caitlin Clark has finished a couple of times right hand on the left side, but like, so she comes across that going left, and the expectation is teams try to go over screens on Caitlin Clark going left because she shoots that step back. She turns the corner on that because if you go over a screen, you're susceptible to be beaten when you turn the corner. She then takes the defender here, and this is a big thing. So defender steps over. She takes the extra dribble to get into this position here, and this is a layup that can only go in with the right hand. She gets her body right side of the defender off a one step into a layup. Like, not that that's the most impressive thing in the world. You should expect 80 to 90% of pro guards to do it. But the problem with Caitlin Clark is that she's being one-dimensional. That is a thing. And to be honest, like, when you are as good as Caitlin Clark is, sometimes if they can't stomp the one dimension, it doesn't really matter. So, from this possession right here, I just want to show you guys how bad this looked. So, Maisha Hines-Allen, the ball comes in from pick and roll. It's on the wing. Flare screen from Lexi. Lexi cuts into a pick and roll. KK Timpson does nothing. And then Sophie Cunningham throws it up to Lexi, who gets swatted. That is a objectively bad offense. This is what I like to call the equal opportunity offense. As in, there's no target to get the ball to. It is just pass the ball around and shoot an open shot. And the problem is that KK Timpson, if you watch KK Timpson is, I think what Maisha Hines-Allen does is fine display. I think Ty Harris is fine display. KK Timpson is standing in the corner for no reason. And that is not a flare screen. She does nothing there. She does literally nothing. And the ball gets swung to Sophie, who dribbles to nowhere, who kicks it to Lexi, who's guarded and shoots a guarded three. Like, that is everything wrong with equal opportunity motion offense. The purpose of basketball is to get open shots. 99% of the time. Or I say not even 99% of the time, because it's just not true. The Indiana Fever literally nearly made the finals hitting tough shots. But over the course of 10 years, the team who shoots the better quality shots normally wins. And the point is to generate those high quality shots. And if you are intentionally not generating high quality shots and generating shots for whoever, it's going to be bad. There's a reason why. Like, even in Europe, you're not seeing full motion offenses unless, of course, you have a Leah or like a Jokic. And even still, players are coming off pin downs. Jokic is making these decisions, and you've got a savant who's calculating in his head what is the best option, rather than, no offense to Maisha Hines-Allen, who's a good passer, who's just passing to whoever's open. But this possession right here, I really like different Caitlin here. So, you got Raven there running the one. Ball goes to Aaliyah. Aaliyah runs a fake handoff to Caitlin, throws it there. Caitlin puts it up going right, bang. And you might be saying, oh, this doesn't really mean anything. It's a crazy shot. Caitlin Clark came off a fucking flare going right. She came off a kind of flare going right and put up the shot off a right catch. She shot it from her right, almost from her right hip. That is not a shot Caitlin Clark would have ever taken, even in practice. Everybody knows the game plan for Caitlin. And that's the thing where people are like, oh, people know the game plan for Caitlin. It's like, well, yeah, everybody knows the game plan for everybody. Like, Michael Jordan literally came out and said, I have the game plan for LeBron in 2013, and goes, if LeBron goes right, he's going to the basket. If he goes left, he's pulling up. And then, like, a week later in the Eastern Conference Finals, he drove left and took a layup on Paul George and basically said, well, they said I was going to pull up when I go left. That's what the scout report says. No, it was Michael Jordan. Like, I don't think people understand saying that a right-handed shooter, especially somebody who releases the ball from here, like any shooter who releases the ball from here, if you like, just mechanically, you don't like bringing the ball up across your body. So if somebody shoots from this side, they prefer to dribble. They will prefer to shoot going right. If somebody shoots from this side of their face, neither is right or wrong. It just depends on what eye dominant you are. Darts is the best example. Some darts players throw from here. Phil Taylor threw from here. Like, it's just whatever comfortable is. It's whatever eye you're dominant with. So Caitlin Clark is a left eye dominant player. She is going to, like, it's not natural for her to shoot right. And the fact is that for her to be able to just get it right without bringing the ball across her body is important. But I don't think people understand how many right-handed shooters are, like, how few players there are in the league that are equally as comfortable going right and left off a pull-up. Paige Bueckers and Courtney Williams are the only two I can think of in the W. Like, it is a rare thing. It's not a common thing. Everybody still prefers one way. Paige Bueckers still prefers going right. She can go left. She still prefers going right. That's why you will never see Caitlin shoot over her left shoulder on fadeaway, but she'll be very comfortable shooting over her right shoulder because as she's turning, the ball's already in position to shoot. But we're looking at Caitlin. We saw it against the Wings, or was it the Liberty? I can't remember. There was one off in it. I think it was the Wings of an inbounds play where Billings set her the screen, where she looked so comfortable coming off a right catch. And you're like, okay, she looks comfortable doing this at the pro level. We saw her doing it against Indiana for the game winner over in her junior season. So we've seen all of that stuff. We know she has the ability to do it. We know she has the ability to go downhill and drive left. There's a difference between doing that at the collegiate level and doing it at the pro level. There's a lot of college players you see do all these things, but when they go to the pro level to defense, they're different. They become less comfortable. And we see Caitlin Clark more comfortable shooting this shot. We all know she can do it. It was a choice not to. And it did make her easier to game plan for. And that being said, doesn't really matter a lot of times. Like, everybody has a scout. Everybody has a game plan. Like, if you're guarding Angel Wilson, your game plan has to be cut off the left-hand drive and force her into a turnaround jump shot where she is extremely streaky. She's not nearly a good enough, she's too good a driver and not nearly a good enough turnaround jump shooter to settle for as many shots she does, and that should be the game plan on Asia. And if she's hitting those turnaround jump shots, well, fuck it, we're going to lose. Like, there are certain players where if you execute your game plan, they still score. It's one of these situations where it's like, well, fuck it, we just lose. Caitlin Clark's one of them. If you execute your game plan to try to stop her shooting that step back going left or coming off screens going left and stop her downhill going right, and suddenly she's pulling up going right off the dribble, she's turning the corner on the left-hand side and finishing. If you execute the game plan perfectly, and even if she's get better at that, it's still going to be a game plan. She's never going to be as comfortable going right. If she has the ability to do that, it can actually be the stage where teams do whatever the fuck they want. Like, teams will do whatever they can to try to stop Caitlin, and it's just, well, fuck it, we're going to lose. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. See you guys.